set up your Google Forms. So the first thing you will do, you will check all these templates like I told you. They have template gallery. You can open this template, you see a lot of things, any one that you want in this template. So for example, I can choose contact information. The reason I don't like going through blank form is because any type of form that I want to create, I can always see it in the template. Now, for example, I click contact information. So the moment I picked on this contact information, see example of what I want is just looking at me in the face. So now the first thing you will do is this. You see this place where they have customized themes. You can customize your theme. When you click on customize theme, you can choose any color
Customized.
theme. You can choose any color of your theme that you want. Let me choose this. So now it has changed. So customizing of theme has to do with customizing of your background of your work. Okay, the background of anything you are doing. So you can get it here. You can also let's leave this preview and all this one first. Let's finish up with the form itself. So now you find out that everything here is editable down to this first diagram or this first picture. Everything here is editable, so you will edit it. Now you will edit this one that is the picture. You can click on it. The moment you click on it, you will choose. Are you choosing the replace holder? It will ask you the one you want to replace. It depends on the kind of form. Since you are looking for contact information, you see contact information of basketballers, let's say basketballers. I'm picking somebody that is doing a basketball, and then you put it there, and then now you have basketballer. So it will now be contact information of what? Basketballers. So now this is contact information of. Once you finish, you enter. So now I've entered. So this is part of what I want. So what it will give me is a form description of the basketballer. So I can now ask, okay, what do I want? That is the form description. You will now write, I want a full contact information about basketballers in the Southeast. Okay, so now this is what I am looking for. So let me do this thing well so it will look well. Okay, so now you will know when you click on name. Yes, you know it is the name. That's the first thing, and the name must come in what format? Short answer. It is not usually, you can put a paragraph, it's still fine, but it should not be NCQ, it should not be checkbox, it should not be drop down, it should not be find upload. It must be short answer or paragraph. So you are done with this. So the next thing is ensure it is required. You must ensure that it is required. That means it is a must. Okay, so now the next is the email. When you click on it, you ensure that it is actually email, and emails are usually what? Short answers. So you ensure that it is on short answer. Okay, so enter a valid email and it is required. The next is address. The moment you click on it, you see how it's moving. An address is usually very long. It's not a short answer, it's a paragraph. So ensure it is a paragraph. You choose paragraph. Then you can also put phone number. Phone number is a short answer. Okay, so it is not paragraph, it is not MCQs. However you want to do phone number, it is there. Ensure that it is a phone number and you have gotten what you want in phone number, and it is also what's required. So now comments are not required. For example, comments can be in paragraph, or let me say I want to put checkbox. Now I click on checkbox. Option 1 can be yes I do. Option 2 can be okay, let me remove this one. That option 2 can be noted. Whether you choose yes I do or you put no. So any one of them you click. Let me click outside. So once I click outside, or let's click here, so you will see how these comments will appear to the reader or the filler. Either the person clicks any of this one that the person wants to click. So that is all about the question part of this form. Now the second is now responses. How will you receive the response? So you will link it to what? See this page where they have link to sheet. So the moment I link to sheet, I will now add, is it creating a new spreadsheet or select an existing spreadsheet? I will have to click create a new spreadsheet, because if I click selecting an existing spreadsheet, it will go and pick one of those saved spreadsheets, and it will now start from there as a second, a second sheet or a sheet 2. Okay, so when I click on create a new spreadsheet, I'll now click create. The moment I click create, it will open up a spreadsheet for me. having what? Contact information, the responses with timestamp, name, email. So anytime people fill up this form that is here, I will be receiving the responses on this Google Sheets. On the Google Sheets. Now let me still work how my the settings will now be. So do I want to make it a quiz? No, it's not required. The responses, how do I want to manage my response? Yes, I want to. Well, do you want to collect email address? No, do not collect or verifiers input. Collect email address. You need to collect email address. So respondent input or verified. Let me click verified. Send respondent a copy of their response. Do you want, because there are sometimes you will fill form to ask you, do you want a copy of this response? Sometimes you will say, sometimes you will click yes because this part is on, or always, or when requested. So do you want to, is that when requested? You click on it. So allow response editing. Yes, people can edit their response. It's not a do or die affair or a hard and fast rule. So people must always edit their response. So limit to one response. Yes, that's why sometimes when you finish filling form, you can only limit to one response. But the moment you click on this thing, it will no longer be limited to one response. It can accept more than one responses. So let me close it. So presentation, manage how the form will be submitted or responses will be presented. Yes, show progress by shuffle question. Yes, confirmation message. So the moment the person submits, it will now tell you thanks for submitting your contact info. But if you want to change it, you can change it from here. Okay. So if you want to change the response to receive after the person has filled the form, you can only change it here. So show link to the response, blah blah blah, and the rest of it. You can do this one. Then the form, the default of the form. So do you want responders? Definitely, it's definitely responders input. Okay. Then question defaults. Are they question defaults here? Make questions required by default. Yes. So this one is what qualifies your question default. All these ones that are marked as compulsory is what qualifies your question default. So once you are done, you just go to this place where they have publish. You open it, and then you will now click on anyone with the link. The moment you publish this thing, it will become published as a link. Okay. So now let's click publish. So you will see. So it will not tell me copy rep. So this responders link is the one that respondents will always see and use to fill information. So then you must shorten it. You shorten the URL. If you shorten it to be like this, then you will copy it. The moment you copy it, that's what will be sent to me, so that I will now fill as a responder. So that is that about this class.